This is the Iowa Weather Report for Saturday, July the 6th, 2013. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. This is at 1 p.m. this afternoon. We have an upper level feature still over the middle Mississippi River Valley. A high pressure system coming in into the east coast, backing in from the western Atlantic, and a ridge beginning to break down over the south and west, and that'll bring a little bit of shower activity, especially in the mountains down there. The Gulf still wide open across the south and into the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley with some showers and thunderstorms there. And around here, fairly sunny and warm, and that looks to continue even here into Sunday. We look to see a little bit of a chance of some showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two on a very isolated fashion here Sunday, with highs in the mid to upper 80s to around 90 or low 90s. Chances do increase Sunday night into Monday. Showers and thunderstorms will be possible as the frontal system will be pretty much in the vicinity. It won't be an all-day rain. There'll be some sunshine here and there with highs a couple degrees either side of 90. That looks to remain the same here on Tuesday. There'll be a boundary still in the area. GFS says that it'll be a bit drier Tuesday, but we can't really rule out an isolated shower or storm with highs around 90 or so. We head to Wednesday, and that system begins to move off. Still could see an isolated shower or storm mainly in the afternoon, with some sunshine here and there with highs in the mid to upper 80s if this was right. Fairly quiet from here westward, though. We head to Thursday. It does turn a bit cooler, highs back into the 80s as a frontal system will be to our south, taking the showers and thunderstorms with it, but another storm system looks to develop off to our west as the front begins to lift back northward, and that starts to move into the western counties of the state here on Friday, but high pressure will be overhead or close to overhead for most of the state with highs in the 80s, except for maybe a 90 or two along the Missouri River. Then we head to next weekend. You can see that heat bubble returning over Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas. Trough, or a weakness, as we could say, over the Great Lakes in the mid-Atlantic and New England. And with the northwesterly flow, that'll keep the temperatures fairly tepid for this time of the year, highs in the 80s, but that also puts us in the flow with some showers and thunderstorms between the cool weather in the Great Lakes and the heat over the plains and Intermountain West. So we'll have to wait and see about that. Back into the extended forecast here on July the 17th, the ridge begins to back up and retrograde to the Four Corners region and the desert southwest where it's been most of the summer. As a northwesterly flow continues around here, that'll keep temperatures near seasonal levels. Most of the moisture will be over the Gulf Coast and up the East Coast. Maybe an isolated shower or storm, but it won't be very organized. No real fronts or systems around with highs, if this was to be right, around the mid-80s. And at the end of the forecast on the 21st, the 594 ridge over the Four Corners region, we still have a trough over our neck of the woods, a trough axis moving across the state with some energy up in the Great Lakes, and that could produce some showers and thunderstorms that may sneak into the area if this was to be right, with highs in the 80s. But this is still 2 weeks or more out, and this could still change. Otherwise, it'll be fairly rainy in the east. The satellite image from last evening, we had the afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms beginning to dissipate over the west, the tropical plume of moisture over the south and into the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley, and fairly quiet elsewhere. The watch warning map from last evening was fairly quiet as well, outside of the south and the Tennessee and Ohio River valleys, where flash flood watches and even a few flash flood warnings were in effect. Some heat advisories in New England. Elsewhere, it was fairly quiet at this time. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock shows the heaviest rain in the flash flood areas, maybe 2 to 4 more inches of rain. Around here, maybe a half to 3/4 of an inch in any thunderstorms that form.